The override and recent legislation. Two items have dominated recent local news: the successful Saddle Mountain override, and on a statewide education level, the recent legislative action potentially increasing funding for our schools. But first, our override. This successful election will contribute a 10% increase to our budget for the next 5 years before it has to be renewed again. On a $9 million budget, that is $900,000. If not renewed, it is decreased in increments of 1/3. Since it was not renewed last year, 1/3 was cut this year, and that 1/3 will be restored. Therefore, $300,000 will be added back into our budget. This presents the governing board with several decisions. Among them, restore the 5-day work week, add staff to lower class sizes in overcrowded areas, give some or all employee groups a pay raise, add extracurricular activities or special areas, or do some combination of the above. Whatever is decided, the actual new money from the override is $300,000. Of equal importance, though, is the fact that an additional $300,000 does not have to be cut this year, and an additional $300,000 cut next year. Secondly, the legislative action 2 weeks ago. Basically, the legislature increased funding per student to $3,600 to settle a several years running lawsuit against the legislature by several education groups. They did this by taking some money from increased tax collections, and most of it from the State Land Trust, a fund from the selling of state land. Now here's the wrinkle. An election will be held May 17th statewide to approve taking more money from that land trust. If this election fails, all the legislative action becomes meaningless. If this election passes, our district's share in June would be roughly another $300,000. But we will not know if we receive this money until after the May 17th election. So, who decides these things? The governing board will hear a recommendation from the Meet and Confer Committee, which will start holding meetings after the holidays and make its recommendation by early March. Now, each school has a teacher representative on that committee, and the classified staff members will elect district-wide 3 representatives to that committee as well. They will make recommendations to the board, and in early March, the board will make some preliminary decisions. So stay tuned. We hope this all goes well. Believe me, it's been a long road.